What's going on, guys? 99 Cherokee XJ, and I have a leak in the high pressure line of my power steering pump. You see it right there. So I have a new one, Riley Auto Parts. We need to take this air box off because it'll give us some room to work. Two bolts on the front, a stud with a nut on the back, and they are a 1/2 inch. Here's a high pressure line. Comes from the top of the pump, comes around, and you can see where mine's bad there. We got to take it off the top of that pump there. That low pressure line is in the way. Let's empty this reservoir. It's got old fluid in it anyway. We're going to try to flush some of that out. When I break it loose here, I'm probably going to leak a little, so we'll get a pan under there. I'm going to go ahead and get some fluid out. I picked this up at O'Reilly's. It's actually advertised as a battery filler, but it'll work like a big turkey baster. About halfway full. That's a 12-ounce bottle, so we got that much out of there. And I have this radiator hose right in the way. It'd be good to take that off, get it out of the way, but I don't want to deal with that coolant. And I've got brand new coolant in here. Looks like about an 18 millimeter. Yeah, I'm gonna move that low pressure line out of the way. Awkward angle. I need to find a better angle. I'm just going to tap it a little bit. It's moving. I got a 19 millimeter just to turn it. Goes on there a little easier. Got more room. Alright, so we got that up. That O-ring looks good. Now we can get that low side out of the way. I can't get enough leverage on it, so I might have to tap it again. I wonder if I got a crow's foot. Stand by. So I do have a crow's foot, but it's a 3/4. I don't have an 18. I don't want to run the risk of, I don't know, we might give this a go. Yeah, it's a little loose. I don't know if I like that. I might end up regretting this. Let's see. Yep, I'm gonna regret it. It's gonna turn off. Yep. Man, that would have, I could just feel the leverage though was much better. So now we're just back to doing it with a wrench. Those corners are rounding off on me. See, I can't even get my wrench on one side. Oh, that's gonna round. All right, guys, I tried 2 other 18 millimeters just to see if one might fit tighter or something, but it's going to round on me. I can't get enough leverage. Well, folks, I'm afraid if I keep trying to do this, I'm gonna round it off. I tried to tap it again, but I'm afraid I'm gonna damage it, so I'm gonna go into town, see if I can find a 18 millimeter crow's foot. Town's about 30 minutes away. All right, so O'Reilly's had this Power Torque 8-piece crow's foot wrench set, metric. I think it was like $35 after tax. Comes out to about $4 a piece. And they're the 4-sided line wrench style, so that'll help. The old man at the parts counter, he was giving me a hard time about even attempting it with a 2-sided wrench anyway. He said I needed to be using a line wrench on it. I don't disagree. These are made in Taiwan, and they're distributed by a company called Ozark Automotive. I don't know how they'll hold up, but we're about to find out. Those shoulders rounded off, making it a little bit difficult for me. I got a 1/2 inch pull bar converted to a 3/8 here. Yep, it just turned around it. Not good. Let's see if I can get a different grip on it. Just rounding it. Yep. I don't know if it's a cheap crow's foot or I had already done too much damage to it. Maybe a combination of both. All right, new plan. I'm going to try and cut that line as close to the nut there as I can get it. And then that'll allow me to get a socket on that. Yeah, there's fluid going everywhere. Hope I didn't get any shavings in the system, but I probably did. Try to get some more of that off. All right, see if I can find some type of socket to get over there. Guys, as luck would have it, I thought I hit record button here on the GoPro. If you have a GoPro, a newer one, you know, you got the button on the top to hit record, you got the button on the side. I had the button on the side on, so when I hit the record button on the top, it actually turned it off. But anyway, I got it out. And that 5-star worked. I had to put pretty much everything that I had into it to get it to break using this breaker bar. When it broke loose, it snapped like I had broke the actual extension. I thought I broke the extension, but it was the nut that broke loose. There was no way that was coming off with a wrench. Anyway, got it off, and that's that. But we're not out of the woods yet. I still got to get the top side off, which is this one here. Well, see what's happening. It's twisting the line here. If it's easy, everybody would do it. All right, so got the new line here, and then the new line comes with new O-rings somewhere. Oh, good gosh, what did I do with the O-rings? Right in front of me. So the two O-rings here, and they just go on each end. Now let's try not to lose them. Lose an O-ring. Good God. So I guess it had to fall off here. Let's look down in here real good. Ah, found it. The pan caught it. Get that thing on here right now. I think what I'm going to do to make it easier to put back on is go ahead and cut it here. And that way I can get a socket on. I'm just kidding. Just don't get it cross-threaded. The way my luck's going with this, that'd be the next thing that happened. All right, so we got our low pressure side now, and hopefully that, wish I had a new seal for it, but it looks okay. Try to get it back on. All right, guys, I got it. I didn't film all that, but man, it was a bear. That high pressure line has to be in that exact position right there for that low pressure line to cross it and to bolt up. So when I tightened the high pressure line down to begin with, it was in the wrong position. So I had to loosen it, then I had to wiggle that low pressure line in. I got it in, and I went ahead and started it, but then I didn't have enough room to tighten the high pressure again, so I had to remove the low pressure again. And guys, if you do this, unless you just want to be hard-headed like me, remove this lower radiator hose and it'll help you. I have no doubt I could have relieved a lot of frustration just by removing that hose. And now I got to tighten this top side, but it should be fairly easy. Just make sure we don't cross-thread that. That feels good. Yeah, said it did. I think it tightened up too fast on me. Maybe not. I'm gonna take it back out just to make sure. Yeah, there's only a few threads there. Yeah, you can tell by the old one here. 1, 2, only about 4 or 5 threads deep. Yes, we were in good shape. When in doubt, pull it out. That's what I always say. That should do it. I'm going to make an adjustment here. If you see this line is against this intake manifold, I'm afraid that will cause issues and that line to wear. So I've just cracked it loose. There we go. Now it's freestanding. It's not, it shouldn't touch anything. All right, so I got the front of the wheels or the front of the Jeep on jack stands. I have fluid in the power steering pump. I'm going to clean all this up really good, and we'll crank it again, go through that same procedure about 2 or 3 times, and then I'm going to go ahead and extract the fluid again, and then refill it, and just keep doing that for a while. Gonna need a bigger boat. All right, I think everything sounds good with it. I have most of the air out of it. We're gonna call it good on the bleeding, but we are gonna baste it one more time. Looks a little cleaner. It's still kind of dark coming out than what we have here. Drive it around a little bit. Get some miles on it, and then I will turkey baste the fluid out of it every so often because it's so easy to do, and then I'll add new fluid until I'm satisfied with it. All right guys, that's a wrap. I'm gonna put my breather system back in. Thanks for watching guys. Give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya.